In Japan, tattoos are more than just body art. They're a statement. For many, they still carry the weight of ancient taboos and associations with the Yakuza. But for a growing number of Japanese women, tattoos are becoming a powerful way to express their identity, freedom, and a quiet rebellion against conformity. Today, we're diving deep into how this ink impacts their social lives, from dating and work to family and beyond. Let's explore the hidden world of Japanese women with tattoos. To truly understand the stigma, we need to journey back in time. In ancient Japan, tattoos, known as irizumi, were actually symbols of spirituality and strength. However, during the Edo period, everything changed. Tattoos were used to permanently mark criminals, forever associating them with shame. Later, this connection was solidified by the Yakuza, Japan's organized crime syndicates, who proudly wore elaborate, full-body tattoos as symbols of their loyalty and power. This history has left deep, lasting marks on Japanese society. Even today, the sight of a tattoo can trigger a mix of fear, curiosity, or outright disapproval, especially among the older generations who remember these associations all too well. But in modern Japan, the tides are slowly turning. A new generation of women is reclaiming tattoo art as a form of powerful self-expression. We're seeing delicate floral designs winding up an arm, minimalist lines tracing a collarbone, or vibrant, colorful back pieces that are hidden works of art. Each one tells a deeply personal story. For some, it's purely about aesthetics and beauty. For others, it's a bold declaration of independence and confidence in a society that often expects quiet conformity. Social media has become a massive catalyst in this shift. Influencers and everyday women are proudly showing their ink online, creating communities and inspiring others to embrace their own skin and stories, one tattoo at a time. Despite this progress, significant challenges remain. In many Japanese workplaces, visible tattoos are still a strict no-go. It's common for employers to require women to cover them up with long sleeves, bandages, or special makeup. In more traditional companies, having a tattoo can even be grounds for rejection during a job interview, regardless of your qualifications. The struggle often extends to family life as well. Reactions can vary wildly. Some parents might see tattoos as a shameful act of rebellion, while others might be more accepting. This often forces women to navigate what they describe as living two lives. One where their tattoos are visible and celebrated among friends, and another where they are carefully concealed from colleagues, family, and the wider society. So, what about dating and relationships? It's complicated. For some men, a woman with tattoos is seen as bold, adventurous, and mysterious, a definite plus. For others, particularly in more conservative circles, it remains a deal breaker. The world of Japanese dating apps reflects this division perfectly. Some users proudly feature their tattoos in their profile pictures, using them as a filter for like-minded partners. Others choose to hide them completely, worried it will limit their options. But there's an interesting shift happening. Among international communities and younger Japanese people, tattoos are increasingly seen as cool. They're symbols of individuality, creativity, and authenticity. Then there's the very practical issue of public spaces. You've probably heard of the infamous no tattoo rule. It's a common sight at public bathhouses, or monsen, as well as gyms, swimming pools, and even some beaches. This rule is deeply rooted in the historical fear of Yakuza members disturbing the peace. This directly impacts daily life, especially for women who enjoy the cultural tradition of soaking in an onsen or staying active at a local gym. However, change is trickling in. Some onsen have started to accept tattooed guests, especially if the tattoos are small and can be covered. Others now offer private baths, providing a workaround. Tourist-heavy areas like Tokyo and Okinawa are also becoming noticeably more tattoo-friendly, reflecting Japan's slow but steady cultural evolution. We spoke to several tattooed women in Japan, and their experiences paint a vivid picture. Many describe their tattoos as a source of strength, helping them build confidence and connect with a community of people who share their values. They feel their ink is an honest reflection of their inner selves. On the other hand, some shared stories of losing friendships or facing subtle discrimination in their daily lives. But they all share one powerful, common belief. Their tattoos represent who they are, not who society pressures them to be. Through their courage and their stories, the perception of tattoos in Japan is undeniably, if slowly, continuing to evolve. Tattoos in Japan are no longer just symbols of rebellion or the underworld. They are becoming marks of identity, art, and personal freedom. For a growing number of Japanese women, every line, every drop of color, and every intricate design tells a story of strength, resilience, and self-acceptance in a world that's still learning to see past the surface. The change is slow, but it is happening. And perhaps, one day soon, tattoos in Japan will be seen not as a taboo to be hidden, but as the beautiful art they truly are. If you enjoyed this exploration of Japan's hidden tattoo culture, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts down in the comments. We'd love to know, would you ever consider getting a tattoo in Japan? Thanks for watching. Tattoos in Japan, art, identity, and taboo. For many Japanese women, every tattoo tells a story of courage, expression, or rebellion. Today, let's hear their voices, the women behind the ink. In Japan, tattoos, or irizumi, have long been linked to outlaws and the Yakuza, but that image is changing. More and more women are getting tattoos, not to shock, but to express who they are. Still, every tattoo comes with a price, judgment, restrictions, and sometimes rejection. So, what's life really like for tattooed women in Japan? Yuki, a 29-year-old designer from Tokyo, got her first tattoo after a breakup, a small cherry blossom on her shoulder. She says it reminds her to start fresh every spring. But her parents were shocked. They didn't speak to her for a month. At work, she has to hide it under her clothes. Yet, she says, when I see it in the mirror, I remember that my life belongs to me. Haruka, a nurse from Osaka, has a beautiful tattoo of a koi fish on her back. She got it to honor her grandfather, who loved traditional Japanese art. But one day, she went to an onsen with friends and was politely asked to leave because of her tattoo. She recalls, "It was humiliating. I wasn't a gangster, just a woman with a piece of art." Since then, she only visits tattoo-friendly spas. She believes Japan needs to separate tattoos from old stereotypes. Eri, a makeup artist in Fukuoka, loves her minimal line tattoos, small, elegant, and modern. But during job interviews, she was told to cover them or even remove them. They said it looked unprofessional, she explains, but creativity is my profession. Now, she runs her own studio and encourages other women to express themselves freely. Her message is powerful. Don't let traditions silence your identity. Many tattooed women say dating can be complicated. Some men see tattoos as bold and attractive. Others call them scary or unfeminine. But social media is changing everything. Influencers, models, and artists are proudly showing their ink. And younger generations are starting to view tattoos as cool, not criminal. Across Japan, a quiet revolution is happening. From Tokyo's Harajuku to Okinawa's beaches, women are embracing body art as a form of empowerment. They see tattoos not as rebellion, but as self-love. They are redefining beauty, tradition, and femininity, one line of ink at a time. Being a tattooed woman in Japan isn't easy, but it's powerful. Behind every tattoo lies a story of resilience and freedom. And maybe one day, those stories will no longer need to hide. If you enjoyed this dive into Japan's evolving tattoo culture, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Would you dare to get a tattoo in Japan?